Okay, we're on to ordinance 427 on page 4.
The ordinance itself was like not much. It just says that we implement a stop sign on 3rd Street. We already have an ordinance that says there's a stop sign on Main Street, so of course it has the net effect of making that a 4-way stop.
I'll make the motion.
I kind of want to talk about it.
Okay.
I missed the last meeting. I realized that there was concern over visibility and safety at that corner, but I kind of been talked to a couple of law enforcement people about that corner out there themselves. They're not in favor of it. The way they look at it is it's not a good idea to impede traffic on the main thoroughfare. Several things came to light about it. It was like, it's a short block between Main Street and High Street. If you get a couple of semis at the stop sign, you're already blocking High Street almost. And on a personal note, you have going to be Saturday morning or holiday weekends. You're going to back up traffic back down to the post office probably. I would venture, on a personal note, talking about the ambulance. I would venture to say 30% of our ambulance calls are in Wall Lake. Matter of fact, we had one this morning. And when they come around that corner down there, that's the fastest way out of town. If you have people stopped at that stop sign, where are they going to get out of the way? Or how can they get out of the way? It's going to create more problems, like the law enforcement says, it's going to create more problems than it is safety. And it was pointed out to me that there's a concern about visibility there, but and I know Tim is, like to prevent an accident before it happens, but like they pointed out, you can't protect every intersection. I've got the same situation behind my own store up here. If I park in front of my driveway, in front of my garage up there, coming from the south going north, you can't see around my truck until you get put out in the middle of the street. So you can put a stop sign on 5th Street too, and you can't protect every one of them. So I'll be quite honest, I'm not going to be in favor of
it. Anybody else?
My question is, I didn't talk to a lot of people about this, but what I did do is I kind of drove downtown between, it seems like, her business is, of course, around the dinner hour, lunch, and supper hour. So, I mean, the breakfast, we got the early guys are in there early and there ain't much traffic going in there, but what we're talking about, as far as I'm concerned, is we're talking with probably, I'm going to say 11 to 1, 4 to 6. So we're talking, anywhere from 4 to 6 hours out of the day that really is probably congested down there. To me, does that warrant a stop sign? I don't know. But my other thought is, where would we put the stop signs in this new area? You know what I'm saying? Take a look at that. And I'm trying to get an idea, if we did put a stop sign up, would it be sitting on the corner, or would it sit right by the grocery store? That to me is, I don't think that will enhance our streetscape any, is my thinking. And like I said, when Tim brought this first up to it, I'm all for making everything safe, but listen to what Jerry says, you can't protect the citizens from every bad corner. And I guess my feeling is that I kind of agree with Jerry on this one, that I don't think it really is for the public good as it is just for individuals during a certain amount of time. That's just my 2 cents for it.
And I know it wouldn't look very good, but I know that some places, kind of have one of the mobile ones that go in and out, at certain times of day. Would that be conceivable, or is that worth the trouble either?
Yeah, we have one of those, and it's up at school. There's some issues with legality and enforcement of it, because sometimes it's there and sometimes it's not. That one up at school is not designated through our code. It's not designated as a stop sign.
It's not enforceable. It's not legal.
True. I mean, if somebody got a ticket there and tested it, they would win.
Go try that bed and see what happens. Let us know how that works out for you.
Anybody else?
Well, here's what I'll have to say is, I don't believe congestion. I think that's a made-up goddamn excuse for not doing it. But, here nor there, it doesn't matter to me whether we have it there or not, because I don't go that way 9 times out of 10. Okay, but I really believe we're going to get somebody hurt at that door. And when it happens, we'll bring her up again.
So then the other option we had discussed was the elimination of that most, I guess, whatever, parking space this way at the corner, right? And that was the other conceivable option, which I don't think anybody thinks was a good idea either, but.
You know, it's not a good idea to take the parking stalls away from a business, but you know, it's like myself. I was in Sioux Falls all weekend. We ate out Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You go to Carroll, go to Pizza Ranch. Unless you get the park right up front, you walk a half a block to the door. These people over here, not everybody can park by the front door, but you know, within a half a block, there's all kinds of parking stalls. All you gotta do is learn how to use them. So technically, if they took away that one stall, they would adapt to it. But if you go anywhere else, I mean, if you, oh hell, you stop at the mall. We stopped in the Sioux City on the way home. You walk 2 blocks to the front door of the mall. And what's the big issue? I mean, like I said, I realize nobody wants to lose a parking stall in front of their door. But that's the way it is all over elsewhere. It's not just here.
That's true.
So, I mean, if visibility is the main issue, maybe that first stall needs to go. As it is, I know some of the trucks that park there, Tim's is a good example. You got that little 4-door truck. You come down that street headed west, and if it's a full-size truck with a 4-door crew cab on it, it's sticking out into the traffic lane. I think it was the problem more there with design, and the curb should have been probably closer to the building rather than where the or maybe the street should have been wider. I don't know. But bottom line is it sticks out into the traffic lane actually. But the only way to resolve that is take that one stall out, and that would help a lot.
But it'd be good to get input from Kathy if we decide to do that.
Well, sure, you know what that input's going to be, but like I said, everybody else, anywhere else you go to eat, well, East End, and you go out there on a Saturday night when they were open, you had to park at the south end, you walk over half a block to their front door.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second?
I do think we need to do something. You know, I appreciate the input. You know, I just know how many times, you know, I'm inching out there and how it is dangerous, especially when, you know, in summertime when you have a lot of people that aren't used to that area, aren't used to, you know, the challenges and issues. I mean, I think it is a problem. I don't know what the right answer is.
Well, we could certainly ask Ted for his input.
I think we know what that is.
Well, I think it is, but
I looked at it, the area just like Kenny. I don't know where you would put the stop sign so that you would see it. It's
You'd have to
really,
stick way out into almost to the street to see it past the cars.
You have the same situation at North End of Main Street, and you get a pickup parked on the north side of the bank up there.
Yeah.
You can't see over until you get clear out. Same exact situation you got here.
we could ask the bump out committee what they think. If we don't have a second, the motion will die for lack of a second.